2022 has been a really good year for my hobby, I feel like, because there's a lot of firsts. You know, I got my first 20-gallon long, which I put my first African cichlids in. I also got my first killifish, first pleco. So I figured this would be a good time to show you all of my aquariums that I have so you can kind of keep up with it. And yeah, I hope you don't mind the super casual, no makeup look. I'm using my cell phone to film, but figured it'd feel more in person this way. So let's go. So this is my 20-gallon high back to basics planted tank, named so because I have many beginner plants in here like Anubias, Java Fern, Bulbitis, dwarf aquarium lily, as well as some floating plants. It's been running for 2 to 3 years now. I don't know, I'll put it up on screen here, but if you saw my recent video, I did lose my centerpiece fish, Unicron, the powder blue dwarf gourami. And so remaining in this tank include coolie loaches, a mystery snail, cardinal tetras, and pygmy corridors, and a monoshrimp. I think that's it. Oh, and a clown pleco. He's new, or he or she is new, and I don't have a name for him yet. But anyways, I have been thinking of maybe converting this tank into more of a warmer water tank. And so thinking of, I don't know, something that would go along with the cardinal tetras, and then keeping animals that normally like higher temperatures that I haven't been able to keep before. But at least for now, I'm fine with the way the tank is. I'm not really doing anything special with it. I've kind of got my sights on other projects, which let me talk about in my next segment. And over here in this corner, this is my kitchen where I have my 20-gallon long breeding tank. And since the beginning of this year, I have some multis, Neolamprologus multifasciatus shell dwellers that I got from Zenzo Tazawa Tanks. His channel, I'll link it down below. But he was able to mail me these fish. I think I started off with, was it like 6 of them? And you can see they've obviously multiplied. And I also like how, since my last video about shell dwellers, I was saying how there used to be a mountain about this high on the left side, just covering everything. And since I kind of rearranged the shells a little bit, you can see they've downgraded to 2 little smaller hills. And so we've come to a happy compromise. I really, really like these fish. They're very cool. I'm always looking at them, looking at the babies, getting all excited. I know that eventually I do want to breed other fish in this tank though, and since I typically only limit myself to 3 tanks, that would mean moving these shell dwellers off. So I'm not sure, I don't want to necessarily like flood the market and dump all of these multis in one fish store. I don't think anybody would take them. And I know my local aquarium society, they have a couple of major auctions throughout the year, so that might be a good place to say goodbye to them. So I don't know, you guys let me know what you think in the comments, because there's lots of things I could bring to this tank. Maybe bristlenose plecos, I've never kept that before. Breed some kind of pseudomogil rainbow fish, that would be neat. I've always wanted to breed hillstream loaches as well, so there's a lot of possibilities. But again, I'm gonna keep them around for as long as possible because I've got other projects to show you. And finally, this is my 3rd tank that you guys rarely see, the 5-gallon office tank. And yeah, I really like it. Today's actually a good day to film it because it's kind of cloudy outside right now, so it's not having crazy reflections on it like I normally get. But as you can see, I've got some new inhabitants here. We've got some red cherry shrimp, which are technically Bloody Mary shrimp, which means supposedly their meat or muscle is red and the shell is more translucent, instead of their shell being red and then their body being more, not red underneath. At least that's what I've been heard. All I can say is they look really, really vivid scarlet, ruby red, and I absolutely love them. They've already had babies since I got them. And then recently I added from quarantine some clown killifish, which took me a while to source, and I'm so excited. They're all juveniles for the most part, but I've started seeing one of them display some of that rocket, fiery red looking tail that you normally see, very colorful rainbowy tail that you normally see in clown killies. And I unfortunately found out they probably don't live very long, so I may put kind of in this empty area over here a yarn spawning mop and see if I can extract some eggs that I could breed maybe separately in a little grow out kind of container of some sorts. But if you have any experience in that, let me know down in the comments. Let me scooch down on the ground right here. Okay, so I know I said I normally only have 3 aquariums, but my daughter, Gamer Girl, recently said that she wanted to set up a fish tank for the first time. So I was like, wow, she's the first family member who's ever asked me to do that. We don't really have any space in our home, so the only place I could think of is in the kids' bathroom. There might be some room, like the biggest tank I could fit is this 15-gallon, like some kind of cube-like aquarium. And the closest thing to that I could find in my local pet stores was the Fluval Flex. Now, I am not a big fan of some of the features of this because this is an aquarium kit that comes with certain things, and I just like to customize some stuff myself. So I will be doing some modifications to this tank, which I will show you guys later on. But I think this will be a really fun mommy-daughter kind of project together where I can kind of show her the whole process of how do you research fish and how do we know what's appropriate to fit in here, how do we take care of them. And then since it's gonna be in the kids' bathroom, it'll be really easy for her to do water changes herself, hopefully. So wish me luck. As for me, how I have been doing this year besides fish stuff, like obviously I love my job. I love working at Aquarium Co-op, doing YouTube for you guys. I actually do have a life outside of YouTube and fish and all that. So this was the first year that I went on a backpacking trip with my church group. I also climbed my first 14er, which is climbing to the summit of a mountain that is 14,000 feet or above, and that was really, really hard. I can see why, people train for that kind of thing, and I accidentally dehydrated myself and experienced like the worst ever elevation sickness, but I survived, and it's definitely a check off of my bucket list. Other things that happened were, I got a dog, a new dog. So Kelby, unfortunately, passed away. If you're a member of the channel, you know that happened this summer, but we actually have a new dog. Let me see if I can get him to come over here. Odo! So this is Odo. He is a mutt, and I know he looks a lot like Kelby. We didn't get him another black dog on purpose, but they think he's a half corgi, hence the giant ears, and half Labrador Retriever. And he's just kind of a shy boy. We call him our chicken dog because he's very, just nervous about anything new, but that has been my year. So anyways, let me know down in the comments what kind of cool plans and interesting things that you guys are doing in 2023 in your aquarium keeping hobby. Otherwise, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye! I totally forgot to mention, but if you like this style of vlog videos where I'm a lot more casual, then consider becoming a YouTube channel member. It's only $3 a month, and there's more behind the scenes content, as well as I prioritize your YouTube comments above everybody else's. All right, see you guys later. Bye.